Hello and welcome to A Cat in the Garden. I cannot believe the month of March is almost over. It's just crazy. It feels like the year just began. My time is flying by. Miss Luna was in here taking a wonderful cat nap, enjoying the beautiful weather. And it is that time to talk about my favorite houseplants for the month. I feel like this month my plants really started taking off. They're enjoying spring, they're doing so well, and it's just been a really nice month overall, just for everybody in general. The kitties are loving life. Flowers are blooming. I started seeing blue bonnets. I'm gonna go let Luna continue to enjoy her nap, but we'll talk about some of the plants that I picked out. It was very, very hard to decide just because there are so many that are doing really well right now, but hopefully you'll like the ones that I picked out. I tried to not do too many of each kind because my Scindapsus and Hoya especially are just thriving. They're all doing great, and it is not something that I would have been able to say this time last year. So we'll start out with the Hoya. That is my Hoya lacanosa SR 2010-055. I didn't name it that. That's just the name it has, unfortunately. I feel like it's not the best name in the world, but basically it's this cute little wavy leafed lacanosa that has some splash. It's a little bit of a lighter green color, and I did this month repot it finally. I took it out of its Target greenhouse prison that it had been living in for 4+ months, and I'm hoping it'll start growing again. It did grow a lot. This was a really small cutting. When I first got it, it did grow a lot in the Target greenhouse, but then it just kind of stopped because it was outgrowing that situation and really needed some more love and some TLC. So I have it potted in here now. I haven't noticed any new signs of growth yet, but I'm sure it's just establishing itself in its new home. I don't see any new roots or anything below the surface, but hopefully it'll be really happy. And I've put it in the Mills bow that is kind of like the Hoya cabinet behind me, with a bunch of other lacanosa that I repotted and put on trellises this month. So this one is representing all of those, but I do really like the crinkly leaves, the wavy potato chip leaves. It's just really unique to this plant. I mean, there's other Hoyas like it, but in my collection, it's pretty unique. It does have this weird funky leaf right here. I don't know what it was thinking when it grew this leaf, but that's pretty cool. So this is just an adorable little Hoya. I love small leaf Hoyas. I love lacanosas. So that is why I picked it this month. Next, I have a real triumph of a plant, and that is one that is very hard to fit in the frame, but this is my Monstera Thai Constellation. This is a Thai 1.0, so it's supposed to be a bit more hardy, and it has proven to be pretty hardy. It is very difficult to get it to sit in this moss. I have like 4 prop pins in here holding it in. Just the way that it is, it was a top cut, but there wasn't a lot of stem. So it's just got a couple of roots coming out from the bottom of it, and one of them is just really wonky. And the other one is what's actually in the pot. So there's basically one root holding this entire plant together, but it's fine. It's totally fine. It's alive. It survived thrips. I'm very happy to report it is over that now, and it is clearly very happy with life because it is giving me this gorgeous leaf. You see that? That is perfection right there. I love the splash of white there. It's probably the most white out of any leaf on the plant, and I'm just happy that it's over all of the struggles it went through for the past year, and this leaf looks perfect. There's no more thrips. It's great. And thrips really attacked this plant. This was one of the first ones. They attacked it twice. So just seeing this leaf shows me that the thrips are gone now. Thank goodness it took so long to get rid of them, and there were so many casualties, but also it's just a happy plant now, and I'm so happy that it is because I really like it. I used to hate this plant. I used to make fun of it because it looks like bird poop, but now I do really enjoy it. I do enjoy when it gets a bit of sectoral variegation more than the bird poop variegation leaves, but hey, beggars cannot be choosers. And I'm really looking forward to maybe getting this plant on a pole at some point, upgrading the pot once it outgrows this, but I think it'll be in here for a little while. I have been waiting until it completely dries out to water it because I'm always scared of overwatering it. And luckily I shouldn't have any stem rot because it literally sits above the surface. So that I don't have to worry about too much, but I try to be extra careful with this plant because I do really enjoy it, and I'm just really happy that it's happy now. It wouldn't be one of these types of videos anymore if I didn't include a Scindapsus. I actually think they are officially my favorite genus of plant. They have overtaken Hoya. I love them so much. So this month I decided to include my snake scale, also known as hask, also known as greenform, whatever you want to call it, but has really started to take on a shingling form, and it didn't take long. As you can see, these were the leaves that it put out when it was trailing, and it quickly switched to this more rounded with like a pointy end leaf shape, and it is looking like it's going to start shingling up this pole, and that's really what I wanted for this plant. It looks so cute when the leaves look like this. I just love how round and adorable they are. It's so cute. It is the most precious little plant, and it has done that much quicker than any of my other Scindapsus. It's really, it just knows what to do. It's almost like this plant has instinct and it just wants to shingle so bad. I don't know why this plant was trailing when I bought it, but I'm glad that it quickly turned over into something that is just gonna shingle and be adorable, and maybe the leaves will get bigger, but if they don't, it's still super cute. It is working on a new leaf up here, so I will have to fill it up with more moss. I did just put more moss in here recently, but it is on a bit of a growth spurt. I didn't realize that it could grow this quickly because it was fairly slow during the winter, and it's not super quick right now, but it's not slow either. So it's just loving life. It's doing great. Attaching to the pole, I'm really making sure that it stays here. I have a lot of plant Velcro on it right now, but I want to make sure that I keep this cute little pattern going on of the shingling leaves, because that's really what I bought it for. There used to be a lot of hype around this plant, and that quickly died down. It was a couple years ago when people realized that they were ordering the shingling plant, but then they were growing it and it wasn't shingling, or it wasn't quite the color that they thought it was. A lot of the sellers would make the leaves look darker than this, and it really is just a bright green. It's not black like the sellers made it look, though that would be super cool. But hey, I love it all the same. I think it's really nice, especially if you can get it for a cheap price. I think I paid like $20 for it, 15 or 20. So I'm not gonna complain about that. I get a really, this is wobbly, I get a really adorable Scindapsus for 15 to 20 bucks. I'm a happy gal. And this one has certainly lived up to, if not exceeded, my expectations. So I'm very happy with it. Next is a plant you might not have seen for a while on my channel, and that's gonna be an anthurium. So this is a silver blush crossed with red crystal. Yeah, red crystal. This is one of the few anthurium survivors. With all of the health issues I had last year, I didn't have as much time for my plants, and these were the first plants to go. They just said, nope, I can't tolerate neglect. You already have me in low humidity, so we're just all gonna die. I think I have 4 left. Honestly, I think I went from like 15 anthurium to 4, but I did get some of them, the survivors anyway, repotted. I put this one and I think one other in different cabinets, so they at least have a little bit more humidity and they're grouped together with other plants. And this one rewarded me very kindly from this repot with this beautiful leaf that surprisingly has no damage at all. I don't even touch it because I don't want to mess it up. I really love this orangey red emergent leaf color. It's got lots of silver veins, which I really like, and it's been growing beautiful roots under the surface. So those are all new roots since I repotted it about a month ago now. So it's very happy in this new pot. I'm gonna wait until it gets root bound to repot it again, or if it stops growing, because I don't want to repot it while this leaf is growing and risk stressing it out or damaging the leaf, bumping it. I'm just gonna enjoy this really pretty anthurium leaf. I do wish I could keep more anthurium alive, but with everything going on with life, I might have to give up on anthurium for now. Maybe one day I'll be able to get back into them, but I will try to keep the few that I have left alive and happy. This is a really good sign. I do enjoy this, but Yeah, I am a little sad about it because I truly think that they're wonderful plants. I don't think that they're that hard to take care of, but when you have multiple health scares in a year, it's not something that you can keep up with. I had other much more forgiving plants like my Scindapsus, like my Monstera albos. Some of my Hoyas were really forgiving, but unfortunately anthuriums are not. I'm just very lucky that this was the extent of the unhappiness that this anthurium went through. So it is what it is, but I did want to show this one off because it's really pretty. Finally, I have a plant that is really unassuming, but I am excited to show it off. I do wish it had cooperated just a little bit more than it has, but that's okay. You'll understand in a second. So this is my Hoya incrusata, and it does not look like much. These are pretty plain leaves. It's not my favorite Hoya in the whole world, but it likes to bloom for me. So this is gonna be the second time that it blooms, and it's really close to blooming. If it does bloom before I get this video edited and uploaded, I will add a little clip at the end of the blooms because they are very pretty and they smell sweet. So it'll be really exciting. I do actually also have a couple other active peduncles. So I think that the plant is begging me to be repotted. It's been stuck in this little pot for a while when I was just propagating it basically, because it came to me as a cutting and it's grown a bit and then it stopped and now it's just blooming. So I think that is a sign that it needs a repot, and that's fair. Honestly, that's really fair. I would love to do that, but I will be waiting until it is done, at least with this bloom, to give it a repot. But the blooms there are really cool. I think they're like a yellowy orange color, if I remember right. I really hope I get to show it off to you, but this will be my first bloom of spring. I think the only plants that have bloomed so far this year were my Latifolia Snow Queen and my Fuaensis, I think bloomed once this year. And then I missed my Callistophylla that just won't die. It's not rooted, it's just a little cutting at this point. Lost all the roots, but it lives in a prop box and it's actually grown leaves. It bloomed and I completely missed it because I don't really pay attention to that plant because it's just a very chaotic plant that won't die. And I can't bring myself to throw it out. Every time I think about throwing it out, it grows a new leaf or it bloomed. So that's that plant, but this one does a bit better for me. I think it was just like this bottom cluster when I bought it, and it's grown all of this, and I have actually propagated it from the top once. It grew a couple other leaves up there, so it's grown quite a bit. It's doing fine. Like I said, it's not my favorite. The leaves are pretty plain, but the blooms are cool, so I do keep it around. You know, it's fun. It's fun when you have a plant that just keeps blooming. I can't complain about that ever. So hopefully, like I said, I'll get to show you guys the blooms before this video comes out. Let's keep our fingers crossed. I will be watching it every single day. I check on it twice a day now that it looks pretty close to ready. So we'll see, But it is super cute and I really like seeing these little signs of spring. So that's it for my 5 favorite plants for the month of March. I feel like this video could have gone on forever because I'm so happy with my collection and where it is at the moment. Overall, I have so many plants that are growing, so many plants that are doing well. They're responding to the repots, to fertilizer, to the warmer weather, the longer daylight hours. It's just a combination of all the right things at the right time, and I found it very difficult to narrow it down to 5. I felt like I could have done 20 plants and it would have been very redundant because a lot of them would have been small leaf Hoyas on a lot of Lachinoses. So I narrowed it down to 5. I hope I picked out 5 good ones. They are all making me really happy right now, all for different reasons, but they are. If you like this video, make sure to give Luna and I here a thumbs up down below and subscribe so you don't miss anything from us here on the channel. Thanks again for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.